All right, what is up? We are back here with round three from Tamaqua, Pennsylvania Prime. On the left, we have Josh, who is Banana Crapshoot. As many of you know, he's playing Elite Forlom, General Grievous, Sentinel Messenger, and returning is Mike with his General Grievous, Sentinel Messenger, Aphra build. So it's a General Grievous Messenger world, and we're just living in it, looks like. So it looks like we went with Josh's battlefield, which was um, the Night Sister Lair, and he drops a handheld cannon. Looks like Josh got a wanted, a counterintelligence, something else, and Mike hits with a probe. And ooh, he gets the doubt and the counterintelligence. So he has a wanted and one other thing in his hand. Wanted and Deathmark. Is it two bounties? It looks like. It's like a 3 indirect and a shield coming down on Grievous. A resource on the messenger. And it looks like a Forsaken is online. No reason not to play it, I would think. A dangerous maneuver, climate array, 000, and BT in his opening hand currently. So that resource is huge. And Forlom comes in with a blank and a 2 range. Ooh, dangerous maneuvers. Or desperate measures, sorry, is in Josh's hand. So wanted and dangerous. Which you have to think that maybe Mike is trying to bait out that on the BT. Like he would rather have 000 out, but Josh resolves the 3 indirect. Yep, and there goes 000. Now Josh is in a weird spot where he probably wants to play that bounty, get a resource, but he also would like to reroll. Although he does have a Grievous reroll, so I would probably play the bounty. And Grievous comes out hot with 2 blanks. And Josh uses that reroll, gets a blank and a shield, it looks like. Aphra comes into the pool, and she is now showing a resource. Josh takes the shield and puts it on Forlom. BT coming in, indirect on Aphra, and 1 on the shield on Forlom. Josh puts 2. And we're looking, I believe he drew a by any means off the BT. Grievous power action. And gets the 3 for 1. And he does have that resource showing. Josh comes in with the bounty here. With wanted. Shield and a blank. Resource and a blank. So 3 comes in. Looks like he's going for Forlom now. He's debating on that last card. I cannot tell. Dangerous maneuver. And he gets the 2 indirect and the shield, which he probably is happy with. Bubble, Forsaken, looks like another 000, a Stab Droid, and an EMP is in Mike's hand. Josh has cards. Alright, the DX2 comes down, which is the unblockable gun. Look how neat Josh is. What a guy. But that looks like a Fickle in his hand. A Shakedown. Can't tell of anything else. Aphra comes in, and that looks like the 2 shield side. Looking at a resource, a disrupt, and a blank. And he Forsakens away. The DX, it looks like. A blank and a 2 focus. Interesting that he Forsaken away the DX blank. I don't know how much he cares about the unblockable. Whereas Josh does get the free reroll with droids. What is that? Fickle Mercenaries. Interesting. I think he would worry about. Alright, looks like it's cocked. And they're asking for a reroll. And resource. Just interesting that I would thought Mike would have stole that there. And Josh could have held off on playing that simply because he does have one in his hand. But Mike loses a chance to buy it and get activation, and it comes out with a blank. And we see 000 come back into the fold. Josh is coming in here with a Grievous power action. Maybe. Yep. Rerolling all 3 droid dice. Coming up with a resource, and a disrupt. Alright, Josh is starting to look like he's in a tough spot, especially without DM right here. Having both droids down and a bubble shield is going to be tough. And that messenger is still a little bit ways away from dying. We'll have to put 6 into him, which is possible, but I also don't know what Mike fully has in his hand. At least I don't remember. BT comes in with a disrupt. Yep, and there comes a shakedown. Nobody knows what that card does, but it's basically play if you have one of your dice shown a disrupt, remove a value of 2 or less, in case anybody's curious what that card is. Triple Zero coming in hot. And Hidden Motive is called, and I'm sure it was called on melee, but now it is showing discard. resource and a melee. All right, so now he's focusing to the +3 and the 3. So 6 does kill the messenger, but I would imagine there's something in his hand. EMP does not work. Coruscant Police does not work, and it looks like a climate array, so I think we're going to be looking at a dead messenger, correct. So that returns to Josh's hand due to Forlom's ability, and he gets 2 resources from playing that. So now Josh, assuming Mike does not claim, because he still has dice to resolve, Josh can play that again, get a resource back, and still be happy with his life. And it looks like he has Hunt Them Down, I believe it's called. It's pay 1, resolve when your dice showing damage, increasing it by the amount of bounties on that character. So Josh is probably feeling pretty good. That's a good thing to be getting. He still has a decent amount of health left on his characters. And he's dropping another Fickle. So that original Fickle turned out right, but I think Mike steals that, and we have a different game on our hands. Now he resolves the 2 indirect on the Grievous die, and he splits it between Grievous and the Messenger. Fickle comes in, Fickle gets a blank. He takes the shield. Josh pitches his last card. Yep, and we knew that he had that EMP, so now Josh is sitting there with a disrupt and a blank. My guess is that he claims. Mike pitches the stab droid. Alright, looks like Mike has Act of Cruelty, Probe, Sinister Piece, maybe an Automated, and something else. I wonder what Josh was looking for with activating Messenger first. But it looks like he has a Dead or Alive in his hand. And it looks like Mike has a Desperate Measures in his hand, which is obviously great with Aphra. BT comes in, damage goes on with the Bubble Shield. Josh puts 2 into Messenger. He Forsakens the BT die away. Looks like he drew into a Respite for Mike. It looks like Josh is still sitting on a Forsaken. I guess that is the reasoning of why he rolled that out. He had 2 Forsakens. And it looks like he has 2 bounties. So Forsaken, 2 bounties, and one other thing. And here comes the other bounty. I believe that one's Death Mark. That's the draw. So Josh has to be wishing he had a fist here or something. I'm assuming he's running maybe 1 bomb. And here comes the probe. Mike has to be expecting a Forsaken. There's Shakedown, and there's Forsaken. Alright, so this is a big turn. Mike can really just go full aggro here. Josh still has a big board state in which he can do a lot of damage here. And he does have a Grievous reroll. I think Mike pops the Automated here, yep, on the 2 ranged. Because it looks like the DX is showing a +2. Fickle comes in. Fickle's showing a discard. I don't think Mike overly cares. Coruscant Police for the Scoundrel die. That's big. And he can DM the other one if he likes. And that's shown a 2 disrupt. Yep, and the DM comes in, indirect goes on the bubble shield, and then Josh will be taking 1 from 000. So even though Josh did reach and get that kill last round, it doesn't look like he was able to really do anything with that extra money he got, which puts him in a tough position because Mike is already in a good spot. He comes in with the 2 melee. Josh uses the focus to the +2 and the 2 ranged. Or excuse me, +3 to range. So that would be 5, 6, 7 unblockable. It looks like Mike drew into Intimidate as well, which is not overly relevant. I'm a little surprised that Josh went to the +3. I feel like I would have wanted the 2 on the handheld just in case Mike comes in with something crazy. So we're looking at 7 onto somebody. 7 goes on to Grievous. Looking like a shield on the blaster. Josh busting out the 5s as well. No damage was dealt, just cleaning up the board. Can't tell what that back card is for Mike. But Josh is pretty much done here. Well, Mike still has some good dice laying around. And the focus. 1 range from the Coruscant Police goes into the messenger. So Josh's messenger is 1 away from dying. And he hits the focus again. The question is, did Mike forget about Aphra? He didn't. He got there. Comes in with the 2 shield side. Yeah, this is looking for tough for Josh unless he gets a crazy kill here on Grievous. I don't know if he's running Tactical Mastery or anything like that, but if he can get 4-LOM in, kill Grievous before Grievous does anything, there's a chance. But Aphra having 12 health currently and having the 000 and BT out is big. And here comes the fist. It is finally here. Josh has finally found something to spend those resources on. He rolls it in, 3, and Desperate Measures comes down right away. Yep. And Josh takes an indirect from that, which is hilarious, I guess, depending on your perspective. But yeah, either of them, I don't think Josh had time to play around, and I don't think Mike was obviously going to let him resolve those things. So Fickle can be big here, and it looks like it is a 3-for-1. We're looking at another BT, a Sinister Piece. Yeah, okay, so that comes in right there. Act of Cruelty, that's big. Yep. So back-to-back games here, Mike is playing Act of Cruelty to kill at least two characters. Yeah, and I don't see a way Josh can do He loses 2 cards. He loses Punishing One and Entourage. Eight. Josh has 4 health left. Showing all the disrupt. And Josh, I mean, he just doesn't really have a choice. Got to pitch reroll. Looking like a 1 ranged, the 2 ranged, and a disrupt. Crash landings. Puts 2 in Aphra, draws a card, deals an indirect. So right now, Mike only needs to find 1 more damage because BT is obviously guaranteeing 2. And there's 4. And all right. So now all Mike has to do is activate BT, and that is game. Right? Is my math correct? 5. Yep, and they shake hands. He's got the dangerous maneuver anyways. All right, well played again by Mike. So now Josh falls to 2-1. Mike is up to 3-0. And yeah, these games will keep being posted throughout the week. And keep checking back here to enjoy them. Thanks again for everybody coming out to Tamaqua. Thanks for Nathan for letting us stream some of the games. And thanks for all our Patreon supporters, which make something like this possible, helping us afford the equipment and things like that. And we'll catch you guys on the next video.